A still room, a warm body, one quiet choice you barely notice. What your dog is really saying at night. Because when your dog chooses your bed, your feet, or that exact space against your ribs, they are not just getting comfortable, they're communicating. And what they're saying is so intimate, most owners miss it for years. The message most owners never notice. There's also one tiny behavior right before they fall asleep that scientists would call a bonding clue. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The hidden love signal. Watch the moment again in your mind. The circling, the pause, the exhale. The way your dog checks where you are before they settle. That isn't random. And it definitely isn't just a habit. But don't decide too early what it means, because the first answer is only the shallow one. The deeper answer changes depending on where they sleep, how they angle their body, and what they do in the seconds before they drift off. Why sleeping position changes the message. And the biggest truth, it has less to do with the bed and more to do with what your presence does to their nervous system. Here's the first layer. When your dog sleeps with you, the simplest message is, I feel safer near you. That's the surface truth. Not dramatic, not mystical, just powerful. Sleep is one of the most vulnerable states any animal can enter. Your dog can't fully monitor the room, fully react, or fully defend themselves while deeply resting. So when they choose to sleep near you, they're often choosing the place where their body feels least on guard. But safety is only the outer shell. Because if this were just about warmth, any soft spot would do. Yet your dog keeps choosing you. And that is where this gets personal. Your dog isn't just picking a mattress, they're picking a presence. Your scent, your breathing, your movement, your predictability. To your dog, those things mean the night is understandable. The world makes sense. You become a kind of emotional landmark in the dark. That's why some dogs leave a perfectly nice bed just to curl up against your leg for 10 minutes. Not because the other bed is bad, because your body tells their body you can power down here. And wait until you hear why the exact spot they choose matters so much. Scientists use a phrase for something close to this: a secure base. In simple words, it means your presence doesn't just comfort your dog. It changes how boldly they experience the world. Dogs often try harder, stay calmer, and engage more confidently when their trusted person is near. Now bring that into the night. If your dog sees you as that secure base, sleep beside you becomes more than affection. It becomes regulation, a reset, a return to safety. But here's the strange part. Sometimes your dog isn't only coming to you for protection. Sometimes they're trying to protect you too. Look at where your dog lands. Pressed against your back? At your feet? Between you and the door? Half curled, but still facing outward? Those positions can change the emotional sentence completely. A dog at your chest or spine may be seeking full contact and reassurance. A dog at your feet may still want closeness, but with a little job attached. And a dog who sleeps between you and the bedroom entrance may not just be resting near you, they may be resting on watch. But don't romanticize it too fast, because the next layer is even more revealing. Why your dog checks on you before sleep. Think about that quick glance they give you, that soft eye check, that tiny reposition once you move, that sigh after they know exactly where you are. It seems small, it isn't. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to social cues, especially from the humans they're bonded to. And in bonded pairs, little rituals matter more than big gestures. That last look before your dog settles can function like a confirmation. You're here, we're okay, now I can let go. But here's where it gets stranger. Your dog may be doing something deeply intimate in that exact moment without either of you realizing it. When a dog shares relaxed eye contact with a trusted human, something remarkable can happen. That calm mutual attention has been linked to oxytocin, the same bonding chemistry people often associate with attachment and closeness. So that sleepy look your dog gives you before curling into your side may not just be cute. It may be part of a biological loop that strengthens your bond. Not performance, not manipulation, connection. Your dog looks, you soften, your tone changes, your touch changes, their body relaxes more. That whole exchange says one thing: this space is emotionally. And now we get to the love signal most owners never name correctly. It's not the tail wag, it's not the licking, it's not even the cuddle itself. The hidden love signal is the moment your dog lets their guard drop in your presence. What vulnerable sleep really means. That's the untold part. A dog can climb on a couch for comfort. A dog can steal a pillow for warmth. A dog can follow routine out of habit. But truly relaxed sleep, deep, soft, loose, unguarded sleep, that is expensive, emotionally. That costs trust. And the next part is the one most owners get wrong, because they confuse closeness with love when the real measure is vulnerability. 4:30. Beat, rising tension. Some dogs sleep touching you. Some sleep 1 inch away. Some start against your hip, then drift to the foot of the bed once they know you're there. Those differences matter less than one thing: how fully your dog allows themselves to rest. A dog who melts into sleep near you is saying more than, "I like being here." They're saying, "I don't need to stay fully defended right now." That is not casual. For an animal built to notice sounds, scents, motion, and change, that is a profound act of trust. But the deepest emotional layer still hasn't arrived, because trust is only half of it. The other half is belonging. When dogs sleep together in close social groups, proximity carries meaning. It says, "These are my safe ones, these are my own." So when your dog chooses your sleeping space again and again, your bed may become more than furniture in their mind. It becomes shared territory, shared calm, shared family. That's why so many dogs don't just want the room. They want your side of the room, your edge of the bed, your blanket scent, your heartbeat under the mattress. And this next reveal is where the title becomes real. If your dog sleeps with you, what they may be trying to tell you is not simply, "I love you." It's more specific than that, more vulnerable than that. Closer to, "I trust you enough to become defenseless near you. I trust you enough to let the night happen while you're here. I trust you enough to make you part of my off switch." That is a different kind of love. Not loud love, not playful love. Resting love. The kind that doesn't need performance because it's already home. But here's the major twist. Some of the dogs who love you most won't sleep pressed against you at all. Why distance can still mean deep attachment. This is where many owners read their dog completely wrong. If your dog sleeps at the foot of the bed, on the floor beside you, near the doorway, or in their own bed facing your direction, that does not automatically mean emotional distance. Sometimes it means they're hot. Sometimes your movement disrupts them. Sometimes their joints hurt. Sometimes their breed instincts make them prefer a slightly more strategic position. And sometimes the message is still the same, just expressed with a little more space. I want to be near you, and I want to keep watch. So don't measure your bond in inches, measure it in choice. Does your dog return to your room every night? Do they settle only after locating you? Do they reposition when you move, then relax again? Do they sleep best when your scent is close, even if their body isn't touching yours? That's attachment speaking. Quietly. And it can be even more touching than a full-body cuddle, because it means your dog has created a nighttime ritual around your existence. You are part of how the night feels safe, but there's still one final layer we haven't closed, the most emotional one of all. Watch what happens in the first seconds after your dog wakes, not when they're fully up. Those first sleepy moments. Do they look for you? Lean into you? Stay where you are for a beat before moving? That matters. Because it tells you your dog didn't just use you as a warm object. They oriented their rest around your presence from beginning to end. Sleep started with you, and in a small but real way, waking does too. And now the untold reveal opens all the way. What your dog is really saying when they choose to sleep near you night after night. They are saying, "With you, I can let the world go." That's the sentence underneath all of what vulnerable sleep really means. Under the circling, the sighing, the soft gaze, the pressed spine, the feet by the door, the midnight repositioning, that is the message. You are not just their favorite person in daylight. You are the place their body trusts in darkness. And for a dog, that may be one of the deepest forms of attachment there is. Because the night strips everything down. No tricks, no treats, no games, only trust. So if your dog sleeps beside you, on you, near you, or simply where they can sense you, don't reduce that moment to habit. Habit may explain repetition. It does not explain surrender. Your dog is choosing where to be most unguarded, and again, they choose a world that includes you. Why distance can still mean deep attachment. That's why even a dog who sleeps a few feet away can still be telling you something beautiful. Not, "Hold me every second," but, "Stay close enough that my body knows I'm not alone." So tonight, when your dog turns in a circle, looks up once, and settles into that familiar place, pause before you fall asleep too. Because that small ritual may be the clearest emotional truth your dog knows how to give. Not in human words, not in some dramatic display, just in trust, just in presence, just in that quiet decision to sleep where your heartbeat, your scent, and your nearness make the night feel safe. What your dog is really saying at night. What your dog is really saying at night. And if you've ever wondered what your dog is trying to tell you when they sleep with you, this is it. You are home to me.